MyPath, in general, is an opportunity for young people, teenagers more specifically, to learn more about leadership, advocacy, and in doing that they're going to learn more about themselves and to be able to tap into their natural gifts that they have so that they can take those gifts and it will help them benefit themselves, whether it's in career, at college, or other places. And in addition to that, we're hoping that they're going to be able to give back to their community.
Just not the end result of becoming a leader, but just like the whole process of learning those skills. Like you learn a lot about yourself, like what worked, like your leadership style, how to work with people. I know I can push some kids' buttons or some teammates' buttons, but I have to be kind of laid back with some other people. So throughout the whole process, you learn a lot. So, and then when the end result, when the light bulb come on, you're like, hey, this works.
I think that people can gain a sense of involvement and that they are able to be a part of something and make change happen, and that they feel good that they can develop certain skills as well, like leadership skills, of course, and certain social skills that you can also work on when you're working with service projects and such.
You go to give, but what you receive, that's intangible. It's far greater than what you can ever give of your time, even though time can't be replaced and it's very valuable. You gain so much more for the cause with feeling good about who you are and being part of something that has no price tag on it.
Kidnappings, rape, drugs.
Okay. Littering. See, that is a big one I was thinking. I was just walking down, and where was I the other day? Just within my community, yeah. And I was just looking around and thinking, oh, I was at the beach, and my son was with me, who's 3, and I just, I think, why are these ice cream containers on the ground? Why are these pop cans sitting in the middle of the parking lot? There are trash cans available. Why is it? Are people lazy? Are people rude? What is it that makes them not walk the few feet to the garbage bin?
You live next door to somebody.
These old people.
So what does the old people say about you?
I don't know, man. They just be calling the police on me for no reason.
Exactly what we're trying to work towards. Why do you think they call the police on you?
Exactly.
I'm coming.
Because I'm a black.
We're getting together because we want to further the dialogue between the generations about crime, sex, and drugs. So I invited my parents here so the group could get a perspective from the older generation, someone in my generation and their generation, and we can kind of mix some ideas up to work towards a solution.
How was growing up in your day different from growing up in today's day?
Well, we didn't have social media. So you didn't know what was going on necessarily outside your neighborhood unless you went to a school where there was a lot of kids from different neighborhoods. Everybody's mother in the neighborhood could knock you out if you acted a fool. That was the difference. I hate to put it like that, but that was the difference.
Let me ask you this, Quan. Let's say you're in the hood and you're doing something wrong, and the lady next door says something to you, like, hey, get off the yard. How would you respond to that?
I don't want to say it because I'm on camera. So.
No, it's always like them hood boys. It's always an old lady or older lady or their grandmother who they respect. So, because I know my mama told the boys, because I live on 116, so all the boys just be in my house, like just sitting on my porch.
For real?
Just sitting on my porch. So when my mama see them and she see they doing something, or they just drop something, she be like, I know you ain't just, and they hurry to go get it, like, because they respect my mama.
Okay, so now we have this vision. What is our vision to bring to the kids? What's our main goal? Overcome, living above the influence. So we have to remember how we're going to communicate that. What is empowerment?
Responsibility.
Okay. So in communicating, living above the influence, who do we need to make responsible?
The adults and also the kids.
The kids, because that's who our message is going to. We're going to empowerment, remember, is responsibility, self-empowerment, giving you back power and authority not to be influenced. So the empowerment that we want to make sure that when our service project comes to pass, we're empowering youth to make a decision to live above.
The idea came pretty quick. Everybody is mostly from the same general area, and if you're not from the same general area, you still have that same things going on, like the kidnapping and the killing and stuff like that. So everybody pretty much agreed upon that fairly quickly. I would say the difficulty would be probably just honing in on what we really needed, like making a list of things we needed, like food, DJs, and then assigning people to do those things and actually having them carry out those things. A lot of them were very persistent and good at it. We had some backslides, of course. There's always negativity with positivity, but for the most part it all came together. So that was pretty much it. We worked together really well as a group, and the youth did as a group too. We always kept in touch.
The group last meeting pretty much thought that they wanted to focus in on homelessness, so we're going to develop a problem statement related to that, and we're going to go more in depth with certain duties within the group and planning out jobs for the remainder of this week until we meet again. So some students are going to be responsible for making some phone calls and setting up different things to help us with our project.
Leadership, how to communicate with others better.
Has there been any like challenges in your group?
Yeah, trying to find out where to do our service project and stuff. Like trying to get these resources.
Finding a good location.
The location?
Yeah, like to meet up and stuff.
Well, today the youth have put together an intergenerational dialogue. So what it is, they called their parents and their friends and people that are their parents' age. And we're just gonna have a dialogue kind of similar to what we did at the zoo, but we invited more people. And it was to kind of look at crime, education, dance, music, from different perspectives, from different age groups, and see how we can meet in the middle, because a lot of people always point the fingers. The old people says the young people says the old people, so we're just gonna mash it up together and see what we come up with. I don't really have any hopes for it. I'm just happy that we can get together in the same room, and hopefully we'll throw chairs or bricks at each other, so that's the only thing I'm hoping for, that is peaceful.
We are doing our project, and our project was to pick, well, at first we were just going to go to a homeless shelter and then do a food drive, but they was lazy and cold. So we just found 4 families and we're feeding them. And when it's over, we give them cans, because we did have the food drive. That's what we're doing.
What are you doing?
Musa. What are we doing today? We're having a family day for select families that we called out.
Because they needed help. They were families in need. They were families who were less fortunate, and when we wanted to make sure that they had food and had some fun for the kids in case they couldn't afford it.
What have you learned from your MyPath experience?
I've learned that, like, don't be selfish, because people, like, you don't have nothing. So, like, when somebody come and ask you, like, for something, just, even if it's your last, like, just give it up.
Learn how to help people in a more widespread way, I guess you could say, because before it was just donating something, you never got to see the family firsthand. But now that we're sitting here able to see the family and help them, it's a different experience because it just enlightens you.
So tell us about your Service Center project.
So for our Service Center project, we did a Stop the Violence, Increase the Peace rally. They wanted to promote positivity in the community. They wanted to speak about how violence affected them, how it affected their family, friends, whoever. And they wanted to have speakers come out to also tell about their experience. So that's what we were putting together.
And how did it go?
It went awesome. We had 54 people show up, I want to say, and we raised $71. And the money they decided to donate to Peace Jam program that was being started at another church in a different location. But it's basically we'll be doing the same thing, like increasing the peace, bringing awareness to the violence in the community. They do like online trainings. It's awesome. He actually spoke about it, so it was good.
Why did you guys choose to stop the violence as your topic? Like, what made you guys decide on that?
I'm not really sure. I think because East Cleveland, or just the Cleveland area, is kind of, there's like a lot of violence going on, so we just decided, you know, stop the violence. And also we had some of our team people, they've dealt with violence in families and friends, and wanted to speak it out with other people.
What have you learned from your MyPath experience?
There's more to leadership than just being the front man.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Gerald Key. In the past couple of weeks, I have been working with MyPath, and we have been discussing the way how adults view us and the way children view us. We surveyed some people, and the answers that came up the most about how adults viewed us is we are irresponsible, mad, simple-minded, and reckless. When we thought about how we think other kids view adults, the answers that came to our mind was lazy, old, not understanding, boring, unsupportive, and mean. In some scenarios, these things are true to a certain extent. In today's world, kids are seen in the streets being loud, uneducated, raggedy, and unkept. This is the reason some adults see us this way. They see us this way because it's the only thing they have seen. Me personally, as a child, I have signed a bill with Governor John Kasich. I've been to Columbus twice to testify before the House and the Senate, and I am a straight A and B student. My parents have raised me in such a manner that tells me to treat everyone well, always be polite, and remember you're always representing someone. My mom always tells me you never get a second chance to make a first impression. Because of this, I do whatever I can to make myself look good and my parents, because if I'm not acting like the person they have made me to be, then I am making my parents look bad. As a kid, we need to understand that adults do everything in their power to make sure we are okay, so we can be the great person we need to be. Adults are the foundation of our lives, are building blocks for success, for us. So as adults, take the time to notice and support the youth you have seen, even once you have seen struggle. Take the time to better train the youth to become better people in our society, because once you're gone, we are going to be the building blocks for the generations to come.
Bada bing, go.